Yogesh, tell us how an education loan works, and I want you to choose the most popular loan at Avanse. I don't know whether that's a master's loan to the US or whatever it is. I just want you to explain to our listeners exactly what an education loan is, how exactly does it work in terms of EMI, down payment, repayment, etc. Let's just go into a bit of detail on that.
Sure. So, Anupam, how does an education loan works? While of course this is a matter of interest for everybody, specifically the listeners. So I would just talk about what is the ecosystem of education loan. While we talk about the numbers, so the ecosystem largely is that. So it is now a proven fact that the education is a harbinger of development, and the regulators have created a conducive ecosystem by classifying education financing as a priority sector lending. However, there is a cap of 20 lakh rupees. So that means whatever master's program education financing is required. So that would be beyond PSL, and most of the banks, nationalized banks, they finance these type of courses basis asking a collateral against the loan. One, and secondly, they seek a parents or co-applicants' current income methodology to arrive at the eligibility. There are few lenders, and specifically if I talk about Avanse, so what we have created a model. As I mentioned, that we have created a model of pre-approved courses. Around 30,000 are the total courses, wherein it's a collateral free loan. We don't seek a collateral there, and then we don't also solely rely on the current income. What is our underwriting model is that we have identified what would be the future income of the student once the course is completed. So we factor that, and then basis that an eligibility is created, and which is also strengthened our right to win. And that is why the most tier 2, tier 3 students who are aspiring for overseas education, they are also our customer. So that is the overall education. So if we talk about largely four things, how to basically select an education loan partner. So I would say understanding the total cost of education, and then checking out whether the 100% of that financing is allowed or not. Whether a student takes or not is a separate thing. So that is a separate advice to it. I'm sure they would be financially sound enough to understand that at the end of the day it is a loan. However, important is that once you are in the midst of a semesters and you are running out of cash, your family is running out of cash, whether your lender can provide the entire education, because completing the education is the foremost goal for the student as well as for the lender, because the repayment is interconnected, right? So that is the first thing. Second would be that whether the sanction it is a one go or it is based on the yearly, annually or semester basis. Correct. There are different models to it. We at Avanse, we totally do a sanction, one go sanction. It saves the hassles of a student entering into administrative process of paperwork once he is overseas, he or she is overseas. Third, I would say, again, I just mentioned about the income eligibility. So if you are from a family whose current income may not be sufficing enough to basically identify or create eligibility, then probably you have to check with the lender that whether future income is considered or not. For us it is, and that is what is our right to win. And the fourth, I would say, while it may not be important when you are taking the loan, but now it has been proven that student and education loan is an asset class where you need to have very differential staff at the forefront. The company's policies has to be accommodating enough to basically address the student's need. So the entire journey starts from the application of to the college till the time the student is fully employed. So 2.5 years of total journey. The lender has to be a strong domain expert. They should be customer centric. They should follow customer centric approach, so that if there are any issues which student is facing, the lender is accommodative enough to address those issues.
IVM